Hi, I'm Colton Ford. Let me get that in focus. Today's date is 9/4/2022. There is my note card with all the terms. Back here. Oh, one moment. We lost it. Back here's the back. Nothing on there. Let me go ahead and get that put where I can read that. Okay. So, today we're talking about the brain. We're going to go ahead and talk about the outermost layer here that we had to get cut through. The meninges right here. This is what the meninges is. It's on the outer surface of the brain. Okay, so let's talk about the external structures of the brain, okay? So, first things first, this whole area right here, the cerebral cortex. Next thing we can talk about are the lobes. We'll talk about the front lobe, the frontal lobe. We'll talk about right here is the parietal lobe, right in here. And down here is the temporal lobe. Now, we have also things called gyruses, or gyri, and sulci. Sulci will be these lines, all these little grooves you see in the brain, these little lines. And gyri, or gyri, will be these ridges. So, example, here is a ridge, here's a ridge. So some major notable sulci to look at would be the longitudinal fissure, which we cut along, so you can't really see that, but it runs all along right here, right in the middle of the brain. The next thing we have is the lateral fissure. What its purpose is to separate the frontal lobe from the parietal lobe, and it runs, if we can get it, so it separates the frontal from the parietal, and it runs, if we can get it to focus, it's kind of hard to see, but it would run along right in here. Sorry, we don't have that in the camera. It runs along right in here. That's the lateral fissure. Next thing we can talk about, the occipital lobe. We failed to mention that. Occipital back here, the occipital pole, and the occipital lobe. Okay, another little structure of the brain that is located posterior, right in here. Let me get this turned for us. Right here, the cerebellum. This is also a good time to point out this really easily visible right through here, called the tree of life, but it's white matter in the brain, so that's a good thing to point out right there. Some more things to talk about. We're going to talk about more of the internal features. So again, we just covered the whole cerebral cortex and all those features. Some interior features. Let's get this to focus. So right here is the corpus callosum. Right below that, let me move this tissue out of the way. Right here, sorry. One moment. Right here is the thalamus. Immediately anterior to that, we have the hypothalamus, followed by the midbrain, and then this structure running here that looks a little cut up is the medulla oblongata. And I believe this covers everything that we need to point out today. One more time, just in case the focus wasn't there. Right where my thumb is the thalamus, right here now. Hypothalamus, right down here. Cerebral cortex, corpus callosum. Midbrain, below the hypothalamus and thalamus. And then the medulla oblongata, the stem-like structure. And then the cerebellum. Again, we can look at the other side of the cerebellum right here with its white matter. Thank you. That covers everything. Have a good day.